You know what time it is. It's time for the blunt ratings for AEW Dynamite. Hosted by yours truly, the tyrannical boss, Mr. HD. And your two-time Wild Nation Predictions champion, you're fired.
It's time for the Blunt Ratings. If this is your first time tuning in, this is how the Blunt Ratings work. We take each show and break them down into 5 categories: matches, promos and backstage segments, storytelling, commentary, and the crowd. For each category, each show can get up to 5 blunts. The average score of those 5 categories stands as the official Blunt Rating. Those are the rules. Now let's get right into tonight's edition of the Blunt Ratings.
We want the smoke.
Talk to him.
We want the smoke. We want the smoke.
Come on, John. Okay, you know what time it is. Word to the homie Physics. We in the building. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Mr. HD here with another episode of the Blunt Ratings. Wild Nation was good. I see y'all in here early in the chat. As always, KGM, what's going on? Gruss, what's going on? I see Camilla in the building too. What's up, Camilla? Yeah, sorry we're late. You know, we had to, get the, well, I'll take these down so everybody don't spoil it for everybody. But yeah, so we going to get into the Blunt Ratings. We're going to review the whole show, and then we'll, I'll show you guys the Blunt Ratings one at a time. Since you already saw them, it don't really matter. But AEW is in panic mode. I don't know if they're in panic mode. They should be. I don't know about concern. Well, yeah, they probably should be concerned a little bit. We'll talk about that more on the pod later. But they should definitely be a little bit concerned with now that we're playing the game. The game. You know what I mean? So I think the whole wrestling landscape is going to be better for everybody, especially the fans. So yeah, let's start from the top of the show. AEW Dynamite was a jam-packed show as always. It was a great show last night. One of the better AEW Dynamites we've had in a while, even though this show is always good. There's rarely a bad thing on Dynamite outside of the occasional botch, which Chris Jericho kind of went off on. He did a podcast. I don't know if you saw Jericho's, maybe it was his podcast that he did, but he was talking about how there's no such thing as a botch. I just saw it on Botchamania. Botchamania put it on one of their clips from the past week. But just like there's no such thing as a botch. It's a live TV show. Like, shit, if it was a movie, it was a really good promo by Chris, or a really good interview. He made some really good points. So even made me want to be less hard on wrestlers when they make mistakes in the ring, even though I already know that it's a hard-ass sport and like you slip on the ring ropes. That's not something that you could really avoid sometimes. You do it 1,000 times a year and you're going to fuck up sometimes. So I get that. I understand that, but there's a lot of wrestling fans who don't. Anyways, starting from the top of the show, we had Jay Lethal going up against Orange Cassidy. But this match was fire, man. This match was fire, mainly because of the story they told during the match. At one point, fucking Jay Lethal hit Orange Cassidy with a corkscrew on his knee, and the whole story. That's kind of where the story started during the match. It was at that point it was him going after his knee and Orange Cassidy trying to do moves. Well, he did a lot of moves, but the whole time he was doing the moves, this is why he's so good. He was still selling a knee. You know what I mean? The whole time. Like, I'd be worried about that when somebody takes that much damage to, kayfabe damage to a body part, and then they're just running around doing all kind of moves 5 seconds later. Like, oh, I have no ACL, but I can run 10 miles per hour and do jumping jacks and everything. It's like, come on, man. What is this? Make me believe it a little bit. But Orange Cassidy is phenomenal with that. He sold the leg the whole time. Jay Lethal was going after the leg. It was like the knee and the ankle because he put his ankle in behind the steel stairs at one point and drop kicked the steel stairs and crushed his ankle. Then he did something else to it. I can't. He just kept going after his leg. And Orange Cassidy was at one point like begging the referee, like, "Can you get this motherfucker off of my leg, bro? Get him off of my fucking leg. What am I supposed to do here?" So it was really good match. Orange Cassidy was still like Orange Cassidy the whole time was he wasn't trying to hit the stun dog, even though he hit that one point at the match. He was trying to hit that DDT, that spin around DDT that he does. That's always so pretty. He kept failing at it though because he couldn't really get the leverage because his leg is messed up. Blah blah blah. But at one point he did end up hitting. He fucking spiked Jay Lethal into the mat too. So the match was fire, man. But obviously the man got one leg. Orange Cassidy was battling real tough at one point, and Jay Lethal was up the Orange Cassidy was chasing him up the ramp, and that's when Satnam Singh came back out and kind of intimidated everybody to get back to the ring. Jay Lethal high-fived him and shit. But, at that point, the match was pretty much done because Orange Cassidy had one leg, and he got caught with the lethal injection, and that was it. 1, 2, 3. So, he got on the mic and started talking shit right after the match, like, "Yo, I know I just won the match, but I'm a dick, so I'm about to fuck him up again." So that's when he called out. He said he was calling out Wardlow, basically saying, "If you want your boy to have a leg after today to be able to walk, then you might want to come out here." Obviously, he had Satnam Singh and his crew out there, so he wasn't really worried. But Wardlow still came out and chased them all off. So. And Wardlow said, Wardlow, who's still super over, by the way, crowd still chanting Wardlow. He still gets to do the rock face. You know what I mean? He still gets to do that. So, I thought that it was good opening to the show, and the match was like 20 minutes long. These dudes got, this is AEW. They get time. Ain't no 3-minute matches on AEW. Unless your name is Powerhouse Hobbs. We'll get to that in a minute. But then this is the thing that everybody's talking about. All the news that's going to be coming off today is going to be about what happened in the next segment. And that is when we got the Undisputed Elite out to the ring. We had Adam Cole out there, the whole Red Dragon. We had Nick and Matt Jackson out there. They were all in the ring. And Adam Cole I'm sorry, I'm cracking my knuckles in the mic. Adam Cole just kind of start giving this speech about loyalty or whatever, how important loyalty is, and how, he's been loyal. He came to AEW because he was loyal to Matt and Nick Jackson. And then he said, but this is where we got to focus on this trios tournament situation because I'm injured. Kyle O'Reilly is injured. Y'all know that. Bobby Fish is not injured. Yet y'all haven't asked him to be your third man in the trios, and we're all a team. Are you gonna ask Brandon Cutler? Like, what the fuck is going on? Why wouldn't you just immediately add Bobby Fish like he's the fifth wheel or some shit? You know what I mean? And y'all don't want him on the squad. So Adam Cole was like, yeah, I'm not about that life. These my bros. You know what I mean? So you gonna disrespect my bros, you disrespected me. So y'all can't even be in the tournament. Actually, I misspoke. That's not what I meant to say. I meant to say I'm about to beat your ass so you can't be in the tournament. So that's kind of, and then that's where they just start whooping the shit out of Matt and Nick Jackson, and the Young Bucks got fucked up. And it was kind of really kind of out of nowhere. Not out of nowhere. We've been building to this. We all know that these three teams, these 6 guys, maybe Kenny Omega, but what we found out in a second might be different. But it was like we knew this. They weren't gonna. You can't have a 6-man tag team belt. Like so, it's no point in having a 6-man group of guys that are this good. I mean, it's just like hoarding talent in one group, even though I know they're all friends, but having them as 2 separate trios is way better. So yeah, they were beating up the Young Bucks, and then that's when Adam Hangman Page came back and I guess reunited the Young Bucks. I don't know if it's like it's official because he kind of chased off the other guys with a lead pipe or whatever, and then he kind of looked at Matt and Nick like, man, I don't know about you, man. Y'all some clowns, man. I remember the shit y'all did. Y'all didn't support me when I was going through my issues, man. Y'all not good friends, but I'm a good friend, so I'm going to be here when y'all need me. Yeah. that was kind of the vibe that I got. So he kind of walked back up the ramp, just like, man, I don't know about these dudes, man. I can't let them get beat up. Can't let my little brothers get beat up by these bullies that came from the other place. You know what I mean? So you know, it was great, man. It was great. I love this segment. I loved everything about it. Adam Cole is so fucking good on the mic. Matter of fact, if it, and we all know that apparently we've heard from backstage rumors, WWE stuff real quick. We've heard that Triple H has let go of the reins a little bit as far as the promos and letting people. We kind of saw that a little bit on Raw. With people just feeling looser when they're cutting their promos, they got to do that on in WWE because it's clear in AEW that is what is happening, and every single promo be fire. It's like every promo, everybody just be spitting gasoline on AEW. Like they don't give a fuck. Like they just be spitting straight bars. Yeah, I mean, in WWE, you got all this scripted, nonsensical bullshit that you could tell somebody wrote. You know what I mean? In AEW, like, there's no way people can write the shit that they're saying in AEW. Like, no, you can't write that. Like, they just talking from the heart. And it makes such a massive difference when these guys are cutting promos, man. It makes such a massive difference. But yeah, that was that segment. What do we have right after that? That's when we got, speaking of fire ass promos, Moxley once again proved why he's the GOAT. I'm sorry. Okay, let me just make this clear. I love John Moxley, but I'm not like a hardcore Moxley dude. I wasn't until maybe this second interim run is like kind of solidified it for me. I've always known he was great, but I didn't feel like he had the WrestleMania main event, like. And I know that's a terrible way to judge wrestlers, but it's like the big stage in a one-on-one match. You could have Moxley versus Brock Lesnar or something like, I didn't feel like he's on that level. He is 1,000% one of the best wrestlers on the planet. And he might be the best promo on the planet because he's always cut promos like no one was scripting him. You know what I mean? Well, since he got to AEW, and he's been there since the beginning. So, I mean, WWE, obviously, he said a bunch of dumb shit about fans and needles in the ass, and he wore a gas mask, just terrible memories. Why did that just come into my brain? But John Moxley, not Ambrose. So, yeah, but Moxley is like so phenomenal. He just cut a fucking promo, and he was just basically like, yo, I know my boy's in the match. And a dude that I hate is in the match, but I don't give a fuck who wins. He's like, if it's my boy, I'm going to beat his ass. If it's Chris Jericho, I'm going to beat his ass. Like, at the end of the day, whoever gets in the ring with me next week is get fucked up. He's like, that's what it is. What you want me to do? He's like, I fight. Like, sometimes you got to fight your friends, and I'm going to beat his ass if I got to fight him. And I just love that from Moxley because it just makes him seem so genuine, like so real. He's like him and Eddie Kingston are like the realest wrestlers in pro wrestling, and they both in the same company, and it's crazy. So, I love the promo by Moxley. I thought that shit was fire. And then we transition right into vehicular homicide. At least attempted vehicular homicide, because Christian Cage was backstage with Tony Schiavone saying a bunch more ridiculous shit about Jungle Boy's parents, which we got to stop at some point. His father's dead, man. Just let it go. Just let it go. It was shock and awe. Now it's just like, all right, now I'm getting uncomfortable. But I mean, justifiably, so Jungle Boy tried to kill him. And Tony Schiavone, mind you, that's when you know somebody is snapped. When they just like, everybody can get it. If somebody around you, they getting it too. Spraying the whole block. So he drove in out of nowhere because they were back in the perfect spot to get ran over, I guess, for some reason. And Jungle Boy flew into the fucking parking corridor in the car and tried to run him over. And then hopped out and tried to chase him out. And obviously security rushed him and was like, yo, you got to go. You got to get out of here. And Christian smartly assessed the situation. It was like, wait a minute. Where are the cops? It's like, shouldn't he be getting arrested right now? He just tried to kill me with a car. Somebody get this motherfucker, man. So they got him up out of there. That was crazy. And then we had probably, and I know we had this was probably the biggest, and I ain't gonna say the biggest moment. I say it's the biggest moment for a wrestler on the night because I feel like this was Jamie Hayter's coming out party. I think she is officially on the top side of the AEW's women roster. Not at the top, obviously, but she's in the she's in the group with all the top women now. Which she should have been from the jump. It was just, she was kind of playing second fiddle, still kind of playing second fiddle to Britt Baker, which anybody around Britt Baker is going to be playing second fiddle because she's one of the best. But Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker did team up to have a tag team match against the team of. See how many times I can say team in one sentence. Against the team Thunderstorm. Yeah, Thunder Rosa and Tony Storm. One of my favorite teams. Call it Team Yams. But but we had these ladies, and I'll just say at one point there was a "This is awesome" chant during the tag team match. That was great. I was extremely happy to see that. Yeah, so the ladies went at it for a good 20 minutes. I think there was just one commercial break during the match, picture-in-picture situation, but they got a lot of time. At one point, Thunder Rosa set up the two opponents to get smashed by Tony Storm's ass, which was fun and very violent. I like to point out she was smashing her ass into their faces abnormally violently. It was like it wasn't like soft at all. Like felt like they was getting whiplash at one point when she was doing those rear ends or whatever the fuck they call that move. I always forget. But yeah, it's like she was fucking them up with her ass cheeks. And I was like, okay, I like it, but I don't know if they do that much. So but Jamie Hayter the whole time kept countering everything with power moves and looking super strong during the match. She definitely, I would say, she kind of dominated most of the match with her power moves and kind of saved the team. And she ended up actually getting the victory because she just kept clotheslining people. And she caught Thunder Rosa at one as Thunder Rosa was getting back into the ring after attacking Britt. She got back in the ring and Jamie just hit her with a clothesline out of nowhere. And she got the fucking 1, 2, 3. I was like, oh shit. Oh shit. Jamie Hayter got the pin out of all four of these ladies. That's a big deal. And you could tell she was happy, like the way she celebrated. She was like, oh shit, I got the win. She was happy as shit. Her and Britt were still gloating and being dirty heels. But I was extremely happy about the way that this match went and the way it turned out. AEW really needs to do something with their women's division. So I'm happy these ladies didn't get 5 minutes and they got 15, 20 minutes, whatever it was. Jade Cargill is number one in AEW. That's not even, yeah. Duh. But yeah, she's definitely number one. What happened after? Oh, after that, that's when we got Powerhouse Hobbs coming out to murk some kid. What was this kid's name? I wrote it down. It's like Jess or something. Hold on. My notes are a mess right now. Ren Jones. And yeah, he got murked in 30 seconds, 40 seconds, power slammed, and that was that. But then Ricky Starks came out, beeline to the ring, trying to attack Powerhouse. Caught Hobbs with some clean shots. Like, he wasn't out there doing no rabbit punches, no fake punch. He was out there swinging. Like, I'm throwing right and left hooks, and I'm connecting. Like, he caught Hobbs a couple times in the head. I was like, are they beefing for real? I was like, he was beating the shit out of Hobbs for about 5 seconds. And then Hobbs kind of shoved him into the ref. And as the ref was getting up and kind of got in between them, Hobbs was able to get a hold of Ricky and power slam him. And then he walked off like, bitch, did you just punch me in my lip? I'm whoop your ass later. I see you backstage. But yeah, that's we got a promo by Taz, which was heartbreaking to say the least. I think we saw this coming. I don't know if I saw it coming this way, but it makes sense. Taz was just like, yo, I don't know what the fuck is going on with these dudes. Nobody tells me anything. I ain't know that Starks was gonna come out and make the open challenge. I ain't know that fucking my son. He doesn't even acknowledge him as his son. He just calls him Hook, which I actually like. He's like, I ain't know Hook was gonna come out and challenge him for the title. I ain't know Hobbs is gonna turn his back on everybody. I ain't know nothing. Nobody tell me nothing. So, as the team is called Team Taz, and I'm Taz, and I don't know shit about Team Taz, then Team Taz is no longer a thing. Very simple. Very simple. So I was taken back. You know what I mean by that promo, but I understood it 1,000%. Hobbs and Wardlow for the TNT Championship. Eh, yeah, but I don't want Hobbs to lose. Hobbs' entrance was kind of epic. Hobbs looked like a giant last night. I don't know if it's the camera angles that they used this time or what the fuck ever it was, but Hobbs looked like a straight giant coming out. He's obviously massive, but he looked like he was 6'10". You know what I mean? 320 pounds. The way they gave him the big entrance. I think they gave him Cody's entrance. I don't know what. Looked partially like Cody's entrance. But yeah, it was dope, man. It was dope. What happened after that? Darby tattooed himself because he's a fucking nut job. They got a tattoo gun because Brody King got a tattoo because he's a fucking nut job of Darby. It's a tombstone that says, "Here lies Darby Allin." So apparently Darby thought it would be a good idea to tattoo his hand, so that would be the last thing that Brody sees before their coffin match next week. All right. Y'all some fucking nut jobs. I just want to let y'all know that. Y'all crazy. It's not even the match yet. Y'all already fucking injuring yourselves. Stop it. I hope that's removable. I'm just gonna say. I just hope that's removable. Um what happened after that? Another fire promo, another fire segment by Ethan Page, a guy that obviously I am a massive fan of ever since he was over in ROH doing his thing or Impact doing his thing. Ethan Page is one of the best on the mic. He spits fire. It is what it is. He came out and the first thing he was like, "Why? Why? Why?" I was just waiting for the crowd to start chanting what. Honestly, I just wanted the crowd to start chanting what every time he said why. Why? What? Why? What? That's what I wanted. I was like, crowd, what's wrong with y'all, Columbus? Get your shit together. It was right there. He set it up perfectly. But he came out and was basically like, why am I not on TV every week? Why am I not selling out the t-shirts that are, he's like, yeah, I buy CM Punk t-shirts and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it was, he was basically spitting fire, going at the company, saying how they're leaving money on the table. Stokely Carmichael at that point had very quietly, apparently, snuck into the ring. Ethan Page was talking for like 2 minutes and didn't even notice he was standing behind. So I guess he whispered something, some sweet nothings in his ear, and Ethan Page cracked a little smile and was like, okay, I like what you're saying to me, player. And yeah, that's what they walked off together. He handed him a business card and he walked off together, and they got a shot of Ethan Page basically saying, yeah, let's fucking do this. So I was like, all right, we'll see what's going on. We saw Stokely give his card to somebody else last week. So I guess he's building a stable, a Stokely Carmichael stable, which, may be a thing. I'm sorry, I'm ignoring the chat. I'm not ignoring y'all. I'm trying to get through this review. This show is long. I'll go through the chat in a minute. Let's see what happened after that. After that, oh yeah, we had Anna Jay being a rabid pit bull again. For some reason, she just wants to choke out random innocent people. And then after that, that's when we had the dumpster match, which was fire. I just want to point out that for AEW, hating on WWE so much, they steal a lot of their tropes. I ain't gonna even lie. Because all I could think about at the end of this match was the Dudley Boys and Mae Young and all the times Mick Foley and this. We've seen everything that happened before in another company, but I guess you can't. I mean, it is what it is. You go do a dumpster match. You ain't in AEW. It's not like you'll be the first to do anything. They weren't even the first to do a ladder match or a match. Period. So They're a new company, so I guess if you're gonna do a dumpster match, there was some things that were really dope about it. Mainly the entrance, which to me was the best part. The entrance and the finish were the best part to this entire situation because the entrance, the Ass Boys came out first. Why'd I just call them the Gun Club? Look, I'm not a part of the show. Why am I calling them the Ass the Gun Club, the sons of Billy Gunn came out with their dad, and they were doing their regular interests or whatever. They had the dumpster out there on top of the ramp, and yeah, that's when the Acclaim just ran out and beat the shit out of Billy Gunn, smashed both the Gun Boys with trash cans. Anthony Bowens was just fucking everybody up with the trash can. I was like, damn, I'm happy this dude. His energy is fucking infectious. He's hilarious to me. This team is hilarious to me. But yeah, Anthony Bowen smashed everybody with trash cans, so they were all laid out on the ramp. And then Max Caster was like, "Yo, give me my mic, play my music." And then he dropped the bars and the bars. Yeah, I should start writing down the bars. I'm gonna start. You know what? I'm gonna start having the bars so I can repeat the bars exactly when they come out. But at the end of the day, he said something about Vince McMahon being fired, and it was hilarious. And the most hilarious part about it was Anthony Bowen's reaction because he literally just stared in the camera like. I was like, yo, these two are fucking nuts, yo. They are hilarious. And I did skip over one part of the show. It was a part of the show that I didn't really care about, honestly. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was before this. It was before this, right? Yeah, it was before this. It was Matt Hardy and Christian Cage having a match. I've been watching these dudes wrestle for 2 decades plus. Don't need to see it. Never need to see Matt Hardy wrestle again. No offense. Cool with Christian wrestling. Obviously, he's one of the best on the mic in the business. But yeah, I don't need to see Matt Hardy in any matches. Christian did win the match, and he was attacking Matt after the match, about to give him concerto. That's when Luchasaurus came out. Looked like he was going to attack Christian, but then that's when Jungle Boy attacked Christian from out of the crowd with a chair. Didn't get him, though, and that was that. Who cares? So I do care about Jungle Boy. They give him a real good edge, though. I like the edge that they're giving Jungle Boy. He's not the pretty boy, young boy no more. He's a savage. So I do like that. But yeah, back to this Max Caster, this dumpster match. This shit was fire. These guys were just beating the shit out of it looked like it was going to end kind of early because they got both for the Acclaimed in the dumpsters, but then they popped out with some fucking pans and just start beating the shit out of the Gun Club. I really just want to keep calling them the Ass Boys or the Trash Boys. That was funny. But so yeah, this match was fun. They got both of the Ass Boys in the dumpster on the ramp, and they got the bell rung. But obviously they're still heels, even though everybody loves them. They decided they were going to pull like I said, the Dudleys on Mae Young moment. They were going to recreate that, and they struggled because there was like some cords or something on the ground that was blocking the wheels on the dumpster, so they couldn't push the dumpster. So they had to move some shit and adjust some shit, and then they shoved the dumpster off of the stage. And yeah, it looked bad. I wouldn't be surprised if they reported it. Nah, I guess I would already heard about that news. But I haven't even really watched the wrestling news videos early. But it looked like somebody's leg popped out, and I don't know. It just looked like it could have been bad. Like that was a heavy ass dumpster, and the lid open. Like if the lid don't open, okay, because you're still inside, and none of your body parts can potentially get caught under anything because the lid is closed. But the lid flew open first, and it looked like they were falling out, and then, the edge of the dumpster could possibly land on one of your limbs or something, or your fucking head. Who fucking knows? And that's what you don't want. You know what I mean? You want to stay securely inside the dumpster and just take the bump inside. But hopefully everybody's okay and nobody's seriously injured after that match, because it was a really, really fun match. The Acclaim and, I mean, the not the Ass Boys, the Gun Club are really entertaining. The Gun Club has really gotten over at this point as heels, baby faces. I don't even know what they are in this situation. I guess the Acclaimed are baby faces. Yeah, they're definitely baby faces. The crowd fucking loves the Acclaim. Everybody does. So they are the baby faces at this point in the Gullet Club, and they got turned on by the Ass Boys. So yeah, they're the Acclaim. I misspoke earlier. They're not heels. They're definitely baby faces. Yeah, this match was fun, but it wasn't the main event. We had more action. Like I said, it was a jam-packed fucking Dynamite. But we had the main event. After that, we had we did have an Eddie Kingston promo where he challenged Sammy Guevara. They were showing some wedding photos and how these guys are getting married. Eddie Kingston came on. They be taking so many shots at WWE. Eddie Kingston came on. He was by a TV. He was like, "Why don't I get this shit on the TV where I can just sit here and stare at it like I'm an idiot?" I was like, "Yo, that's petty, man. You so petty, bro. Why you so petty, Eddie? Petty Eddie. That's gonna be his new name." But yeah, so after that, we had the Wheeler Yuta and Chris Jericho match. This was for a chance at the the AEW title to fight Moxley next week on Dynamite. And obviously, this match was hard hitting. Wheeler Yuta is a very physical wrestler. Chris Jericho can still pretty much do everything. You know what I mean? And he's more of a storyteller in the ring, but he could still wrestle his ass off at 52, however the fuck old he is. It's crazy that he's in his 50s. I don't even think we realize that sometimes. Chris Jericho is 50 plus years old. That shit is nutty. Because I would never imagine someone who could still go and be involved in. I mean, Ric Flair just had a match. He's like 70 something, but I get it. But Chris Jericho's still one of the top guys in the world, and he's in his 50s. It's nuts. Like you got to give that man his respect, man. 3 decades in the game and still going hard like he goes. And this match was him getting back to the old Lion Tamer. Not metaphorically. He actually went back to the old Lion Tamer during the match. The only thing he can't really bring back is the lion salt because we don't want to see Chris Jericho. I mean, maybe he could pull it off. You know what I mean? Maybe he could pull it off and make it clean. You know what I mean? It wasn't super clean. But I think he could probably let go of that one. You know what I mean? But as far as the Lion Tamer, it looks sweet. That was one of my favorite finishing moves when he used to do it like that. Obviously, he started doing the Walls of Jericho, which is basically just a Boston Crab. I was like, man, that shit is weak. Go back to the Lion Tamer. Like, bend their neck back and fucking stretch. That looks way more painful than, I mean, shit. Boston Crab sucks too. But still, you know what I'm saying. So, Jericho did end up getting the win and start beating up Yuta after the match some more. That's when, he wouldn't let go of the Lion Tamer. He kind of just held it on. The ref couldn't get him off. So that's when Moxley came down and chased him off, and these guys had to stare down in the show. And that was Dynamite, man. Excellent Dynamite. I'm so happy that I get to do the blunt ratings for good shows again. I could have always been doing Dynamite, but the WWE just drained me of doing daily wrestling shows. I ain't gonna lie. It's drained me. It was so hard to talk about 24/7 title segments. It's like I don't give a fuck. So I'm happy that all the wrestling shows are gonna be good again. Rampage is loaded this Friday. We will be bringing back the blunt ratings for Rampage at some point, but right now we just doing Raw, Dynamite, and SmackDown because I do also have a life and a child, so I gotta be a responsible human being. Once we build the team back up, hopefully we can get somebody to do those shows. But Wow Nation, let me go through these comments real quick, see what you guys talking about. Let's see. Said Team Taz was my favorite jobber faction, but I do think all 3 of them would be huge stars like the Shield broke up. Yeah, facts. I agree with that, KGM. These guys could all be superstar main event players, and no time soon. Like they're already making Hobbs that. They're already making Hobbs that. Ricky Starks he's inevitable. Like Thanos. He's inevitable. Like he's gonna be a champion, all bunch of belts. So I look forward to Ricky Starks shining. Yeah, Hook. It's the young up and comer, man. I think he has all the potential in the world. So I agree with that. Like Dean Ambrose in FZW was with promos back in the day. His Mick Foley feud, yeah, WWE ruins everybody. Is basically what you're saying. Moxley always wants, it's facts. Um, Eddie Kingston just needs to wrestle in street gear. Yeah, he needs to get rid of that onesie that he wears under his sweatpants or whatever. Just I mean, he can wrestle with no shirt. I mean, I don't give a fuck that he wrestle with no shirt. I just don't like the because it just doesn't fit him. Like that doesn't fit his. I'd rather wrestle in a dry fit shirt like I got on or something. Just come out there in a dry fit. You know what I mean? It's a black dry fit shirt that's slimming. You know what I mean? You can still have your gut. You know what I mean? I know you like ice cream. You stated this. You know what I mean? So I'm not mad at it. You know what I mean? And I don't need him to look slim. You know what I mean? For me to enjoy Eddie Kingston. But, I guess some people, don't like his egg shape. Oh, man. Let's see. Jade Cargill is #1 AEW Women's Wrestling. Facts. She feels more important than Thunder Rosa. That's because she is more important than Thunder Rosa. Let me make that 1,000% clear. Thunder Rosa doesn't hold a candle to Jade Cargill when it comes to professional wrestling. In the ring, Thunder Rosa runs circles around Jade Cargill. Let's be clear. She's a professional wrestler trained by Dustin Rhodes. Like Dustin Rhodes, one of the greatest in-ring performers ever, as far as just consistency. So yeah, I mean, yeah, she's a better wrestler, but Jade Cargill is a super duper star. She's a she could be in action movies, and I mean, I feel like Thunder Rosa could do some of that stuff too. She just doesn't look as Jade Cargill looks like a human Avenger. She looks like She-Hulk without the medicine. She didn't need the juice. She's just the real life She-Hulk. That's what she looks like. So, yeah, Jade Cargill is phenomenal. If she was in AEW, or in WWE, she'd be dominating, and she should be dominating WWE. She needs to get that belt off of Thunder Rosa, honestly. Like at this point, I feel like they're only trying to create more believable contenders for Jade Cargill, because if she gets the belt, just like the TNT Championship, who the fuck is gonna beat her? Like she gonna be the forever champion. You know what I mean? She gonna be the Roman Reigns of the women's division. So it's, you gotta make some believable contenders, I guess. And Jamie Hayter, somebody like Jamie Hayter, making her into a formidable singles opponent. There you go. You know what I mean? You got one already. So they got to do more with the women's division. I think everybody knows that at this point in AEW. So they're trying. At least they're trying. Got to give them props. They only got 3 hours of TV every week. I hope they actually do that all women's show that is rumored over the last couple of days. That would be amazing. I already think WWE should bring back Evolution, the all women's pay-per-view. That needs to happen immediately. You have one of the best pay-per-views. I've probably said this like 10 times, but you had one of the best pay-per-views of the year, all women's wrestling, and you just don't do it again. So fucking stupid. Like, God, Vince was a moron. He held that company back in so many ways. It's ridiculous. Let's see. Cody for interest now. Oh, Jade Cargill is using the Cody Vader. Is that what you call it? She's coming up out the ground? Is that right? Is that right, Gruss? Is that real? Because she wasn't on Dynamite last night. So, yeah, that's fire if she is. I missed that. Yeah, that's crazy. I hope so. Did they give Hobbs the gate? They gave Hobbs and gave her the Cody Vader. That's what's up. They just split his. He was like, man, we got this shit. We got to use it. We got it. Who wants the cage? Who wants the elevator coming out the ground? We got to use this shit. Not throwing it away. Somebody. So I mean, it makes sense though. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to waste stuff like that if you got it already. Said Laylo never encouraged the what chant. I know. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. That was terrible. I just expected it. When he did the why, I thought he was setting them up to do the what, and they didn't do it. And that was the only time I thought it would have been acceptable. It was like the "Who is Gamora" line in fucking Guardians. Why? What? Who? Oh, let's see here. Let's see here. Matt Hardy is old news, super old news, man. He just looks old in the ring. He just looks old. I don't care, and it's just scary sometime watching him wrestle, and he's like already had like back and hip I don't know, man. I'm just good on Matt Hardy. I don't need to see Jeff Hardy wrestle no more either. Like he need to get his life together. So the Hardy boys can fade away and go start doing YouTube stuff again. For all I care. What else we got here? Jericho will be W. Of course he will. Of course he will. That's why he always kept his relationship with those guys good. He's just honest. Jericho's just one of those dudes. He's gonna say the truth about everybody, and I think Vince respected that. I think Triple H respected that. He's never like dogged WWE. Well, he's definitely shitting on WWE a bunch of times, but not like in a malicious way. Like, yeah, those guys suck. They're stupid. They're idiots. He's still supporting the wrestlers over there and stuff like that. So, yeah, got to give that guy his props. He'll definitely be in the WWE Hall of Fame at some point. Leo, the Boston Crab hurts like a motherfucker in real life. No, yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, Boston Crab it's not a fun move with somebody literally stretching your back out. It's like, yeah, it's not fun. I actually seen a girl and a guy fight when I was in middle school, or it was middle school. It was middle school because that's when we used to walk to the fight spot. Everybody, oh, it's gonna be a fight at 3:15. Who is it? Who is it? Who? You gonna fight her? The girl? And she was like the big, I don't even know what you call it, the girl from Friday. He's like that motherfucker. I want some donuts and cupcakes. And she beat that nigga ass in front of everybody. It's burned in my brain because she put this. No, she didn't put him in the Boston Crab. She put him in the camel clutch. It was bad enough, but she was sitting on his back and just wrenching his neck. I think that might have made me a wrestling fan forever at that point. I think I was like, yeah, wrestling. Also, I know that move. Had tears coming out that man's eyes and everything. She would not let that shit go. But anyways. Oh, man. Dave said, is AEW not allowed to say Walls of Jericho? I don't think they are. Yeah, I don't think they are. Maybe they are, but I don't know. That's a good, I would imagine like some moves, the names of the moves are copywritten by WWE. I'm not sure if the Walls of Jericho is one of them, but it's possible. It's very possible. I'll have to look into that. Said Jadeberg. Yeah, fact, Jadeberg. That's it for the comments, man. I appreciate you guys always jumping up into the comments section, blowing it up. We'll be back. I think we'll be back later today to discuss more, to go into further detail. Me and Super Hot Travis Sly will be going into more detail about this whole Undisputed Elite and the Trios Championships. Hopefully we can get back online today or tomorrow at the very latest and discuss everything that's happening with AEW. We also have a podcast coming out, a podcast we did a couple years ago. We're going to be doing it again. We're going to be talking about the most fire entrance themes in pro wrestling today. That'll be our next random podcast episode. We'll be dropping that next week. So look out for that. That should be fun to talk about because, man, one thing you notice about AEW, man, like everybody's got a fire entrance theme. Not everybody, but almost everybody just got the most. I think Adam Cole still got the best theme song in pro wrestling right now. Like I don't know if it's all about the boom can be beat. You know what I mean? It's like Roman Reigns' theme song fits him perfectly. It's an epic ass theme song. But there's just so many Orange Cassidy AEW. He got his fucking indie theme song back, so his shit is fire. But there's dozens and dozens and dozens of fire ass theme songs, some done by the wrestlers themselves. I think the Acclaim's theme song is obviously probably top 5 in all of pro wrestling, and they do it themselves live. we'll be discussing all of that on a podcast here in the future, next week to be exact. But hopefully, me and Travis Sly could come back real soon in the next 24 hours. Hopefully, in the next 6 hours, but definitely in the next 24 hours to discuss this Undisputed Elite thing, because I'm really interested in where they're going to go and what other teams they're going to put together to go against these guys. And is Kenny Omega going to come back to be a part of this situation? Because the Hung Bucks seem like they're going to be a thing. Obviously, we got Red Dragon and those guys teaming up, but is Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly going to be clear? We got a lot to discuss, man. It's a lot going on in the pro wrestling world right now, and a lot of great stories being told. And I can't wait for SmackDown. You know what I mean? Just to see the first Triple H SmackDown and see where we go, see if we get any more debuts or anything like that. I'm just, I'm just excited. Jags versus Raiders tonight, Laylo. Yes, yes, yes. The Hall of Fame game that is the Hall of Fame game, ain't it? Am I tripping? I got fantasy drafts coming up in the next 2 weeks. Y'all know I I got second place in my fantasy league last year. I made $1,500 in my fantasy league last year. I'm trying to get first place this year. So yeah, I'm a fantasy football addict. So I'll definitely have some Raiders on my team this year because we loaded, baby. We loaded. So RIP to the Jaguars. RIP. So I don't even know who y'all quarterback is right now. Oh man, Raiders winning the Super Bowl. Yeah, I got me fucked up. Y'all think the Raiders ain't winning the Super Bowl? We got Renfro, Waller, and Devontae Adams catching the ball. Who y'all gonna guard? What y'all about to do? And Derek Carr, one of the most accurate motherfuckers who could throw on the run or from the pocket, who's one of the toughest quarterbacks there is, one of the best leaders there is, leading the group. Come on, man. And we got Vicious running. Jacobs is back, man. We good, man. The Raiders are straight. I've never been more excited about a season of football in my life, I would think. So, yeah, I can't wait. You know what I mean? Football, the greatest sport in the world, is approaching. So I'm excited. Jake Ludden started tonight. Yeah, RIP. Tony Khan, he does it. He cares more about John Moxley than he does the Jags. I promise you. He don't give a fuck about no Jake Ludden. He gives a fuck about Le Champion. That's who he cares about. That's who Tony Khan cares about. On God, he does not care about the Jaguars. The Jaguars don't care about the Jaguars. No one gives a fuck about the Jaguars. Maurice Jones-Drew don't even care about the Jaguars. Oh, man. Cowboys are winning this. No, that's not happening. That's not. I think we all know the Cowboys' last Super Bowl happened in the 90s, and it's not coming back. It's not coming back. Just keep selling out that beautiful stadium and licensing it to other people and keep making Jerry rich. It's definitely one of the most profitable franchises, but as far as winning, sometimes, I guess, just not Super Bowls. I mean, I can't talk. I'm a Raiders fan. You know what I mean? Even though we got screwed out of a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Tuck rule. We got screwed out of a Super Bowl. Let's be clear. But even that would have been 20 years ago. So at this point, 18 to be exact. Yes, I still remember. It's a nightmare. So, oh, man. Right. Like, come on, Dave. Like, come on, man. Like the Cowboys, bruh, out of all the teams, the Cowboys, you better say in the Broncos or something, man. Russell Wilson, like somebody, this not, the 49ers got a real shot because I hear this Trey Lance kid is I think he's going to be my fantasy quarterback. I'm really leaning towards targeting him as my fantasy quarterback. I saw that pass he threw on the run off the tip of his fingers. I was like, oh God, that boy good. That boy is good. But let me get up out of here, y'all. We talking about football now, not wrestling. So let me get up out of here. I'm going to go feed my kid and go play with him, probably go to the pool or something. Then hopefully we'll be able to get back on here later and discuss some more Undisputed Elite stuff. Until then, Wow Nation, Dave, you already know what it is. Grush, you already know what it is. Camilla, you already know what it is. KGM, you already know what it is. Wow Nation, gang. Appreciate you guys. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to know when we go live next. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Wrestling on We, and thanks for watching.